Hello everybody! I hope that everyone is doing well today. I know I didn't get a video done yesterday, but it's because I was busy working on both of these. So I just sort of want to show you what I've been doing since Saturday when we put this together, and then show you what I worked on a lot of yesterday and even a few hours this morning. So this is the little fabric folio that we assembled on Saturday. And as you can see, I've done a little bit of decorating. Not a whole lot, but I stitched this lace around to make a pocket around the front and back. Put a little button there. This is not done by any stretch of the imagination. I just wanted to show you what I have done so far. I decided to keep the flap on this one on the outside. I added some ticking. I did a little, just hand stitching there. Added this little cluster. I had this little scrap laying there, so I added that on there. Little button. And then haven't done anything in here yet. I made a tag out of the fabric pieces, added a piece of lace, a little pin. I put this heart on here and I stitched it in red, but I'm going to undo that and use like a necru colored thread. I don't like the red on there. So that's that. I don't think, on the inside I added some ticking along the corner of the pocket here. I made the pocket go diagonal, stitched that on, and then that is basically all I did on that. So that's that one. Then I start thinking, how can I make one of these and incorporate a journal into it? I absolutely love the way these feel in your hands. Of course it's because of the batting in here. It's not super thick. It's just thick enough. I'm really happy with the way this one's coming out too. I just wanted to show you on these little windows here how you can use them as a pocket. They're basically pockets. Even with this piece here, you can stitch it in or slide it in behind the sides here. So you definitely have pockets out of these little windows, which I think is super cute. So there's that one. Then I started working on this one. And I have this fabric here that I thought I've been wanting to make like a garden style journal. And I ran across this about a week ago. I found it as I was going through my fabric, and I used a little piece of it. In fact, on my last tag, was it? No, on this tag. I cut out a piece of it and incorporated it on my tag for hashtag 52 tags. So I thought, that's cute fabric. I wouldn't really use it for much else. I can use it for my garden journal or make a garden style journal. Let me show you what I've done inside, and then I'm going to explain this. So on the inside, basically same sort of routine. Made the cover exactly the same. I have two pockets here. I made a pouch. There's my window. You can see like the colors aren't exactly matchy-matchy, but yet they are enough for me. I like that they're different. It doesn't have to all be matchy-matchy for me. So anyway, here's the pouch opening on this one. This will have, I made this tab, this flap to put on here. And I'll tell you what I did. At first I was going to use it for the outside. I haven't decided yet. But like on this one, the flap is sewn to the back of the pouch. Here's the pocket. So I thought, I was thinking about that, and I thought, why wouldn't I, like, initially when I thought about using it for the front, I thought I could always just stitch it here, just so you know my mindset. And then I thought, well, I can just stitch it here on the front since it's a little bit shorter this way. And then that way, if I want to use, well, it doesn't lay right, long story short. So I had to unsew that, take my seam ripper and tear the stitches out that were holding this on. I will hand sew this in on to the back of this because I can't get it in the machine now since I've sewn my sides here. But I will have a little pouch. I sort of like the way it looks on the inside. And as we discussed the outside, I think this is how I will use this. I do plan to add something like a tab of some sort, fabric tab or something to the bottom of this. Once again, I did a side tuck. Oop, and I'm going to have to stitch that. Glad I did that. Didn't notice that. That fabric wasn't caught when I stitched it, so I'll have to stitch that. So I made the pouch. Then I added a journal. And then I made a second pouch. This pouch isn't going to have a flap, but you still have your pocket up here. And I thought, too, you could just sew together the top and bottom, and this could be a side loading pocket as well. So that's another idea. Then, the back is the same. Then what I did, I attached, excuse me, I attached a flap. This too has a side pocket, a window pocket here, the double pockets here. So I think once all the ephemera's in, it's going to look really cute. I attached this, excuse me, my allergies are horrible today. I attached it with, as you can see, a piece of coffee stained muslin. I will probably add some kind of tab here, so when that, to signify that is a flip out. So let me explain the front of my journal. So knowing, I'm going to pull my chair over here, I'm standing. I've been standing most of the morning because I've been working on this. Knowing that I wanted to have 2 pouches and a journal, I think this fabric was cut for the cover was 9 by 6, I want to say. Yeah, 9 by 6. So I thought, well, if I'm adding another pouch and a journal, it's going to have the spine. I'm going to have to give more room for the spine. So what I did, I cut this one 10 by 6, adding an extra inch, thinking I would need it for my second pouch and for the journal. Once I made my 2 pouches exactly like we made them on Saturday, I came in, I knew I wanted this to be roughly 4 1/4, I think is what I determined I wanted this cover to be. I think that's what it was. Yeah, roughly 4 1/4. So I measured 4 1/4 in, put my first pouch, stitched it, measured in from this edge 4 1/4, put my pouch in, and stitched it in. Then when I went to sew my journal in, I had like an inch or maybe even more in between the 2 pouches. So when I placed my journal, it just made, instead of this being round, it made the journal stick out, because there was so much fabric there that was not being used. You know, I got a little journal, and when you sew it in, you got that fabric on either side of the journal, between the journal and the pouches. So, of course, I had already stitched my pouches in order to make this piece smaller. I would have to unattach my pocket, tear this out, cut the fabric down, redo all that. And I was like, I'm not doing that, because believe me when I say I spent hours on this, I have spent hours on this. So what I did, long story short, I took the journal, and in between of the pouches here, I took the fabric and I pulled it out this way, and I put it in my sewing machine, and I sewed as close to the pouches as I could possibly get with the sewing machine. Well, excuse me, I sewed as, let me see, say this is the fabric that was sticking out. That was too much fabric in between my pouches. I sewed as close to this as I could, and then I cut off that excess fabric. Then, you know, of course it left a raw, sort of like this, you know, where we sewed the pouches together. It was like that on the outside, and I wasn't going to live with that. So I thought, well, I can cover it with muslin and then maybe use a doily or something to put over that, you know, to decorate it. So that's why I have the muslin on this one, which I like muslin. I really do. Doesn't bother me that it's on there. But I'm thinking about, you know, I'll do something more on the cover here. But I'm thinking about maybe, as weird as it sounds, with all these colors going on, I might add, I've been trying to find something for this yellow doily, and I thought, you know what, I sort of like it on here. So I might cover part of it with the yellow doily, and then, you know, do some other decorating. But I'm telling you this so you learn from my mistakes. I was going to video yesterday as I was starting to assemble all this, you know, but I thought, you've seen me do all of this on Saturday. There was no need for me to burden you showing how I was stitching my cover and my pouches and the flap and all that. So I kept going yesterday, thinking I would get to a point that would be a good point to video, and I never really got there. So basically yesterday I made the cover, I made the two pouches, you know, I stitched my pockets in, and then I made the flap, and by then it was evening, you know, because I'm not in here continually all day long. I made this flap, decided I wanted to add that flap. So I had all the basic pieces done. And then this morning I printed out my paper, which I used a lot of the same that I used in the other little journal for the box journal that's part of the subby giveaway. So that made it easier for me. I didn't have to make a bunch of decisions. And I was like, you know, it doesn't, to me, it really didn't matter what papers were in here anyway. But I did add some straw paper since I got that. But I'm real pleased with the journal, the size journal it is. So this morning I printed the papers, and then I actually stitched in my two pouches, and then seeing the dilemma I was in, had to come up with a remedy for that. Once I did that, I stitched in my journal with just a 3-hole, I don't know, pamphlet stitch. I don't know why I'm having problems with that word. And then once I did that, I had to figure out, okay, how am I covering this spine? So I had muslin here. So I thought, well, muslin would be good. It goes with anything. I thought about like doing some stitching on it or something like that. But I decided no, because I had this. And I think I'm really going to go with that yellow doily. It's going to be a very colorful journal. But that's what I've been doing. That's what I'm up to. If anybody would like to see how I did this, I'd be more than glad to do a video and make another one. Because I plan on making a few of these. I really enjoy working on them. I like the different choices you have, how different they can all be. Just sort of shows you this one's sort of shabby chic. This one's more, I don't know. I call it like rustic folk. I don't know. I really like this though. It feels so wonderful in my hand. The only thing that I didn't use the batting for was the flap and the flip on the back side. The cover and the two pouches have the batting in. And it's not a real thick batting. It just adds just enough to the cover, if you ask me. But I just love the way it looks. I love, or the way it feels as well. So I'm excited to decorate those. Finish decorating this one. And this one, I was thinking about it, you know, I would just make a journal to put in there. You know, it'd be a small journal, but nonetheless, I think it's more, to a lot of us, it's more about the element of seeing and touching. I don't know. But I think this is just turning out really cute. I'm really pleased with the way this is coming out. I was sort of cautious with the fabrics that I had chose. So that's what I've been doing. I plan on continuing to work on this. And then, like I said, if anybody wants to see how I did this, I would gladly show you. And I would definitely, the next time I make one that I put a journal in, I know what I need to do now to make it go together properly. I've learned a lot of things. And like I said, I would make one, I think I would have a side pouch as well, rather than the top. I did think about cutting the pouches down so that if you have a tag or something in there, they're not hanging out the top. But I wasn't sure how that would affect the fabric and the spine. So I didn't. And then when I came along with the journal issue, what it was doing to the spine. But I would think that you could. I might try that next. But anyway, that's what I've been doing. Let me know if you would like to see something in more detail on how I did this particular one. I can't do it with the same fabrics because I have a bunch of this fabric left. But my blue, this is one of my favorite fabrics. And I'm down to nothing but scrap. And I do mean scrap. I probably have, I don't know, if you put them all together, maybe an 8 by 11.5 piece, maybe. So I'm sort of sad about that, but I'm glad that it's in this journal. What else? So it would be in different fabrics. I could even do a different style, you know. But anyway, let me know what you think. And I'm going to try to do a regular video today. I don't know that I'll get to it. It is, it's after 11. Yeah, it's 20 minutes to 12 here. And I've been in here since 6 a.m. As soon as my husband left for work, I came in here and started with this because I was excited about it. And then so disappointed when I saw what I did with the spine. So anyway, there we are. Enough said, Sheila. Shut up. See you soon, I hope. And enjoy the weather. It's like going to be, I believe my husband said 61 here today. Yesterday was stunning. Today is stunning. Our weather is like definitely springtime, and very low chance of rain all week. So we're very thrilled about that. Get some sunshine and some warmth going. So if I don't see you later today, I will see you tomorrow, and enjoy your day, and happy crafting, everyone. Bye.